iPads come with many affordances. In addition to the affordances that are about to be displayed on screen, McCohen and McGlashan 2012 explain the following. They discuss that teachers have responded enthusiastically to the iPad and list the following things. It switches on and off easily, so no waiting for it to warm up.
You can switch it on in odd moments at home and just spend a short time looking at things.
It's small and easy to carry around.
It's robust.
It's reliable.
Apps are cheap.
There are lots of free apps.
The battery lasts 11 hours, so you can charge it overnight and it will keep going all day. iPads can support learning in the classroom in various different ways. They can help teach some areas of computing curriculum. For example, in Key Stage 1, children recognise common uses of ICT, and iPads are common outside of the classroom.
They can also support learning in Key Stage 2, where iPads provide services such as the World Wide Web. Children can also look at how results are ranked on search engines. They can also use apps such as iMovie to create films for an audience.
iPads can be used to support research in all curriculum subjects. For example, they can do historical research on a topic.
We will discuss in more detail how iPads can support collaborative learning within the classroom.
iPads can be used to support SEN children, and this will be discussed more later.
We will then go on to discuss the various different apps that iPads have and how these should be selected carefully and how they can aid and support children's learning. iPads can support collaborative learning within the classroom, but why teach collaboratively? Dooley, 2008, suggests that there are these benefits to teaching in this way.
It increases students' interest in learning.
It encourages children to become critical thinkers as they discuss and debate their ideas.
Children who learn in small groups tend to learn more of what is being taught.
And they found that they retain information longer and appeared more satisfied with their classes. But how do iPads support this? There are many ways in which children can use the iPad collaboratively. Children can share the iPad using it as an editing device. If children have completed a piece of work on the iPad, they could then share it with a peer who could look at this. This idea is supported by Tyson and Pugh 2012, who discussed that this is a great opportunity for the children to give peer feedback, and this feedback can be instant and immediately correct any mistakes. In addition to this, they also go on to discuss how children are more engaged in their work, meaning the learning becomes more embedded.
As discussed previously, children can research together. This may be part of an inquiry-based learning activity. Beauchamp and Hillier go on to say how when children were using a mobile device, there was more opportunities for pupils to collaborate when conducting their research. This was regarded as beneficial in promoting independent learning, as the children learned skills from each other. Children could have their own iPads and communicate using iMessage, sharing ideas and thoughts. They could also use the iPad as a peer support system where they could use messages with their peers and ask for help.
I thought originally when you put technology in the classroom that the kids would be so focused on the technology they wouldn't interact as much. But the opposite is true. As they started to use the technology, they've interacted more because they're all trying to figure it out and they're asking questions of each other, and they forget that they're shy. They forget that they don't know this person next to them. They just say, "How did you do that?"
It's kind of built this collaborative culture of not only learning but just kind of community in the classroom, which is pretty remarkable.
Some people are really natural. They get technology and they help other people like me who sort of confused sometimes. So it's good that when we all have an iPad, we can compare problems, because it's likely that somebody else has had the same problem that
Supporting children with special educational needs.
iPads can be used to support children within intervention groups. For example, by supporting those children with poor fine motor skills. A child with special educational needs could have their own iPad to support them in class as a way of recording their work. Beauchamp 2012 suggests that this may reduce anxiety amongst children and aids their organisational skills.
This is supported by Cummings, Stranadover and Sine 2014, who discuss that iPads help children with individual education plans access the curriculum easier, as they can have differentiated instructions which should assist them in becoming more independent learners, relying less on the class teacher. This may be difficult without the use of an iPad, as children are limited by how they can record otherwise.
Bird, Caldwell and Main 2014 suggest that by recording learning verbally, the children can concentrate on the content of their work rather than worrying about writing it down. This makes it easier for teachers to assess the children's knowledge and record their achievements.
However, Selwyn 2014 discusses that while some children will thrive when looking at digital technologies, other children may be left behind. Therefore, teachers need to ensure that they are effectively modelling and scaffolding the use of iPads by demonstrating to each individual child how to use the device properly.
Apple have developed various different assistive features that can help children with special educational needs. One of these features is called guided access.
Price 2014 specifically mentions this feature as being one of the prime reasons for selecting iPads over other tablets. Guided access enables a teacher to lock a student into a particular app to keep them on task. iMovie is one app that can be used to help support children's learning. iMovie is a free app that can be downloaded onto iPads, which enables children to create movies. It can support children's capability as they can create a film for a specific audience and will need to decide the most appropriate way to do this. It can also be used to help develop children's creativity, as they can really personalise their movie using various different filters and cuts. Children could use iMovie as opposed to another format to improve the quality of their work. Rather than simply filming a piece and leaving this unedited, they can make their film look really professional.
One of my favorite things to do in the morning is to put a QR code up on the smartboard. And when the students come in, they know immediately to go get an iPad, to pick it up, open up the QR scanner, and scan it. And the QR code is basically a quick response. It's a quick way to get information. And instead of me putting the sentence on the board and the kids come to the carpet and copy, they can immediately pick up an iPad, scan it, and it will tell them what I want them to do. And I think
there are a number of potential barriers that teachers may face when using iPads within their classrooms. One of these is a lack of teacher confidence. Many teachers do not feel confident when using iPads as they do not feel they have the necessary knowledge required to use them effectively within the classroom. Another barrier may be the resistance to change. Some teachers believe that technology has no benefit to teaching, and they do not see the long-term opportunities and long-term advantages of using these devices within the classroom. Furthermore, a lack of time is the reason some teachers feel put off by iPads. They find it hard to schedule in enough time for computer use, and also they struggle to find time to plan in software and apps. Furthermore, lack of effective training. Many teachers do not feel they've had adequate training to effectively implement the use of iPads within their classrooms. And finally, a lack of accessibility may be a reason teachers do not want to use iPads. If schools only have a limited number of iPads, then it may be difficult for a teacher to gain access to them for their whole class. The devices can also be slow and sometimes they may have poor internet connection. However, iPads are simple and easy to use, therefore not much training should be needed within the classroom. If teachers did want to improve their confidence when using them, Apple offer free 1-hour workshops on iPad basics. This can be booked via their website. The iPads are very quick to turn on, they turn on instantly and are usually quick and reliable. If teachers are effectively trained and supported by the ICT technician or coordinator, they should be able to effectively use apps and implement them in the classroom.